Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're doing good, hope you're keeping safe and well, and hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday evening, as we do have some Tottenham Hotspur transfer news to bring to you guys, including a striker for FC Porto could be on his way to North London in the January transfer window. A Serie A midfielder is on his way to Tottenham Hotspur, and two outgoings in the January transfer window, with Tanguy Ndombele potentially on his way to move into a French club, and Dele Alli potentially going to someone up north in England. All of that and much more coming up on today's news. So we will start things off talking about Fabrizio Romano and what he said about the Luis Diaz deal. Obviously, over the last couple of days, we've heard from many reliable sources that Tottenham Hotspur are looking to bring Luis Diaz into the club. The current FC Porto striker has great statistics this season and last season, but all sources seem to agree that Tottenham's original bid of 36 million, I believe it was, has been rejected, sadly. And obviously it'd be rejected. 36 million, it's like always fall far too short on these deals. Now, I'll give my opinion on it in a second, but the article goes on to say Tottenham are really serious about their move for the Colombian attacker, even having face-to-face meetings. However, Romano states Spurs are falling a long way short of what Porto want for the player. My opinion on this, I think honestly that it's a smokescreen. I honestly do. And if you don't know what that means, I think this is to take the attention off the fact we're not backing Conte, we're not having a good January transfer window at all. So, let's just tell people we're going for a big player like Luis Diaz, and then let's just give up on it straight away. Tottenham would have known putting in that bid of 36 million isn't going to get that striker from Porto. They would have known that. And that leads me on to believe, in all honesty, that this bid, of course it's true with all of the reliable sources stating it, but I just don't think Tottenham really have that intention to buy him. I think if we properly wanted to buy him, we've been bidding a lot more. And I just think this is purely a smokescreen and a cover-up from the fact our January transfer window has been absolutely shocking. It's been disgusting. We've been hearing for 2 weeks, 2 bloody weeks now, Adama Traore on his way to Tottenham, Luis Diaz on his way to Tottenham. How long does it take to go to Tottenham, man? It's like, has he been driving 2 miles an hour in his car all the way from bloody Portugal, Luis Diaz, to Tottenham? It's like, flipping hell, all of this Paratici's cooking. Paratici's cooking up a storm at Tottenham. What's he bloody cooking? Beans on toast or something? Bloody hell, it's like, you've got one of the best managers in the world. A top manager. Some good enough players that will stay if you back this manager, and you're falling 5 or 6 million short of the likes of Traore just to give him the players he wants. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's pathetic the way this club operates during the transfer window, and we really think we've got a hope of top 4 in January. And it's a tough one for Conte, because if we pick up a good win and we start playing well, Enoch will think, because Daniel Levy's so thick in the head, he'll just think, oh yeah, these players are still good enough, and he won't think that he needs to back Conte. Yet if we start losing games, the heat will go on to Conte. It's like, I just don't understand these owners. And obviously there is a protest on the 31st. I'm going to try and get down there. At the minute, it doesn't look like I can. But please, if you're going down there, sing your hearts out. Really protest against these owners in front of the television, in front of Sky on deadline day. Because even if we do buy the players we need, it's not just, it's not just now. It's not just a January transfer window. It's years of not being backed. Years of when we could have won titles and cups under Pochettino. And look, for me, this is a smokescreen. If we sign him, it's fantastic. But the chances we sign him, man, it's very, very low. But moving on from a deal I think is highly unlikely, please comment down below your opinions on this deal. We're going to move on to a deal I do think could honestly happen. And this is that Tottenham are prepared to submit a bid for Sofiane Amrabat. This also comes from Fabrizio Romano, yet Tottenham are looking to sell before they bring him in. Once again, ridiculous business planning from Daniel Levy and Enoch. It's one of those where, why wait for outgoings? Because outgoings aren't confirmed. The only things that you can confirm is putting, in a good enough bid and making sure you get someone. But what if, okay, Dele Alli wants to go and Ndombele don't, but they don't go till deadline day. And it's like, oh shit, we've got to do this move now on deadline day because we've waited so long to bring this guy in. You bring him in now, and then Dele Alli and Ndombele, if they do stay, they'll know they have to fight for their place in the team. I don't think Dele Alli will really care, neither will Ndombele, but that might bring them, you know, a little bit more motivation. Same with Giovanni Lo Celso. It's like, if we're letting players go at the same time, try and do a player plus cash deal, or, you know, a swap deal. Tunji Ndombele for Gini Wijnaldum or something like that, or Julian Draxler. I'd happily take that. Because even though you look at those players and they're not as promising as other people, they're sure to give you more than Ndombele will, and they're sure to give you competition for those positions. But look, you know, Amrabat, he's one of those players that I've seen a lot of Spurs fans criticise him, and I think, you know, he's having a fantastic AFCON. I've been watching a couple of his games in Morocco. He's been having a fantastic competition, you know, scoring a couple goals, getting a couple assists, really dominating that midfield. And he seems, you know, his position apparently is a defensive midfielder, but he seems a lot more of a box-to-box midfielder. He can really attack the opposition and then get back, put in a real good tackle. At Fiorentina, him and Dusan Vlahovic at the minute, they're the two star players I've had. Obviously, Vlahovic, that deal went out the window because once again, we waited too long. But I think you look at this deal, I think it will happen. And if Conte wants him, like we've always been saying, you have to back him. You have to back him. And on to our final piece of news. Tottenham Hotspur have loaned out Jack Clarke to Sunderland. Now, you know, there's nothing I can really criticise about this move. There is a lot I can praise about it, and I think this is a very good move. Jack Clarke, you know, I think he's been promoted to the senior team, as I say, and isn't getting the game time in the under-19s or whatever, or the under-20s, I'm not too sure. He looks a real promising player, and I think, you know, I believe he was on loan. Was he on loan last year or something? I can't really remember. It must have been him that was on loan, but Jack Clarke on loan to Sunderland. I think this could get him some really good experience. He can get a couple of eyes on him in League One. It's high standards down there. You've got some good teams such as Wycombe, Sunderland, Wigan. You know, teams in that league that are up in the level a little bit, and goes to show why English football does have the best leagues in the world. But look, I think this is a positive move. Get some experience, come back, and you never know, it could end up like Ollie Skip was. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure as well, if you're new here, to smash that. Oh, bloody hell. That's never happened. That's never happened. Every time I do it. Every time I've done that. Well, here we go. Here we go. Bloody hell. Bob's your uncle now. Fanny's your aunt. Finally fixed it. Every time I've ever done that, it's just, you know, I've went so close to doing it and then pulled it away and thought, yeah, that's cool. Bloody went Mike Tyson on have some of that. But anyway, thank you for thank you for watching this video. Take care, all the best, God bless, and as always, come on you Spurs, Enoch out.